The binding powers of words and contracts. Another word that they like to use into playing their con game is contract. When you separate contract in half, you get con and tract. As a verb, the word con is defined as to swindle or trick. As a noun, the word tract is defined as a brief treatise or pamphlet for general distribution. Based on the two definitions, when you put con and tract together, you get a deceptive treatise, or a treatise full of trickery. When you sign a contract with a corporation or the government, you are agreeing to a fraudulent and deceptive treatise. In other words, you are being conned. The good news is that pretty much all the contracts you made with corporations and governments and government agencies are fraudulent, since they do not come with full disclosure.
Oh, you think it's funny, do ya?
This is what it's all about. They're keeping everything real tight to offer an acceptance here.
Right.
And he just pointed that out to you. No big deal. It's all in the past. And by the way, guys, this is all fraud. Okay? Anyways, but here's the thing. The living cannot be compelled to attend the dead's meetings.
Yeah.
They have to be invited. The living have to be invited by these satanic priests in robes, and they're going to summon the witness. And you've agreed to show up, so there's a problem there.
Yeah.
Because
see, that's where I kind of had this unsettled feeling that I had somehow been tricked, duped, manipulated, whatever, and it makes me feel a bit kind of naive and stupid now, if that is the case. Although at the time my head was spinning when I was in there, and it felt like I'd achieved some degree of success.
Well, this is, Cairo, this is what you're going through in order to be fully immersed in this experience and to fully learn the lesson. As it's been said before, the lessons will keep coming until we master the lessons. The course, the course is a series of lessons.
Yeah. Exactly.
And some of us, it takes a few lessons more than others.
Yeah.
But I think what is important here is that you have seen the offer and the acceptance. You have seen the contracting of the living with the dead. Because that judge, that priest rather, I'm going to just call these guys for what they are. Yeah. They're priests of the Book of the Dead. That's what they read from. Yeah. And so when he scrawled out the so-called legal name, the legal persona, and put in the witness, he simply created a new artificial entity. He's legally created something there. That's a legal actor now called the witness, and it's on a page in the Book of the Dead.
Right.
Now you're going to have to figure out what to do next.
Yeah,
because you're back to square one.
Yeah.
But here's the difference.
I've learned a lot.
They're unlike the other situations. There's agreement now.
Right.
On your side. So you're gonna have to figure out what to do about that.
Yeah.
I can't tell you.
No.
I can tell you what I would do. If I got tripped up like that in court, I just wouldn't go.
Right.
So these guys they didn't invite you to go into the court to be looking for wisdom and insight. They are looking to steal your essence.
Yeah.
And you need to come to this really quick and determine whether or not you're going to allow them to do that. And like I said, if it were me, I would definitely not allow for that.
Yeah.
But then I wouldn't, again, I'm not, it's, you know, when you're going through these situations, you say things because you're in a very weakened place. You're in there, you're playing ball on their turf.
Absolutely.
And yeah, it does things to us. Yeah. But
yeah, definitely.
The main,
I definitely felt that more on this occasion.
You know that you cannot, because the way they're seeing it now is that when you show up, if you show up to the next court date, you're going to be attempting to be the legal representative of the witness. The witness is now, they see it as a name, not capacity.
Right.
Because a witness in their court would be using a legal name, but be working within the confines of the witness capacity.
Yeah.
See, but they're not looking at that. There's no need for you to show up if they saw you in the capacity of a witness. There's no need for you to show up at a jury trial. They are there to try you.
Yeah.
For perceived crimes associated with what they think that you did, and you're not going to be there as an expert witness providing testimony to what you saw firsthand. That's not how they're seeing this. They're there to steal from you.
Yeah.
And
then I
yeah,
thinking that I had established with him that I was not the legal name, and being tricked, possibly, as you say, and that he had addressed me as the witness, and thinking that was a success, my mind then raced on thinking, right, given that's a success, I potentially have the opportunity now to present my full story to 12, a jury of 12 of my peers. And I said to the judge, I said something to the effect of, how much time do I have, or would I have, to present my side as the living being? And he said, as much time as you want, but as long as you don't repeat yourself, because obviously I repeated myself several times today. So then my mind was, and has been since through today, thinking, right, I've got to put together a presentation to convince a jury of 12 of my peers that I have the freedoms that the freedoms that I'm fighting for are true and right. You see.
Mm-hmm.
So
you can't have, the first thing you're going to have to ask a jury of your peers is, are you currently an attorney? The answer will be no. Then you say, well, are you currently using a legal name? And the answer is going to be yes. So they cannot be your peer at that point. No one will be able to enter that jury without legal name use. So the only ones that could really, you have no jury of a peer. You have no peers that are available to a judge whatever's brought before them. Man, this is just this is the only reason that they want you to attend is to further the Crown's agenda. It's to further the Crown's agenda, which is to a continuance of the enslavement system by means of the illegal use of birth certificate documents. That's all they want. And there will be no fair fighting going on here. This is, nothing's fair in love and war, right? Well, you're talking about a war situation going on in that court.
Yeah. But it's obviously it's an unfair war. I actually said to him, I said at one point, I said that I felt intimidated and overwhelmed, and that this was a unilateral bombardment against me, the living being.
Yes.
But again, it was like talking to a brick wall. Everything I said, apart from this thing about the witness, which obviously he's latched onto, and from what you're saying, kind of seized an opportunity there.
Yes.
And me thinking it was a minor success, and probably not then. It's just a whole. It's still not. It just still can't sink in, if you like.
Well, here's what a success would be. They can't get rid of you fast enough, and they don't invite you back to their house.
Exactly, but then what can one do in order to achieve that?
You have to remain extremely toxic to their system of deceptions. Here's all that needs to be said. Look, guys, I'm not an attorney. I do not have the legal privilege to use any legal device, such as a birth certificate or the legal names and information thereon, which, by the way, is Crown copyright protected. You cannot force me to violate the law.
No.
And that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Nothing else needs to be said. Anything from that point forward is just a ruse to get you to accept whatever offer.
Oh, you think it's funny, do you?